Hi, I'm Reem. I'm a peer mentor in the general lab, and today we're going to go over the hand washing CPE. So we're going to walk through how to do each step. It might sound like it's common sense to you, but it's very imperative that we make sure that we properly clean our hands to prevent the spread of microorganisms. So first thing that we're going to do is, if you're wearing long sleeves, you want to make sure you're pulling them back, that way we don't get them wet. And we're also making sure that we're cleaning our wrists and our forearms. Then I'm going to turn on my faucet. I want to wait until the water is about lukewarm. We also want to regulate how fast the water is flowing, because we don't want it to be too fast that it's splashing, but too low that it's not giving us enough water. Alright, so that's a good temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wash my hands. I want to make sure that my hands are pointed downwards so that the water is flowing down into the sink. My elbows can be propped upwards. Once my hands are thoroughly wet, I'm going to apply soap. And I'm going to move over here just to show, but I'm going to lather for 15 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then I'm going to interlace my fingers in my palms, and I'm going to do this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the back of my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to take my knuckles and put them into the palm of the opposite hand. Then I'm going to take my thumbs, again using the opposite hand. I'm going to make sure that I'm cleaning it. And then I'm going to take my fingertips and work them in, almost like you're scratching yourself. On both sides. And I want to make sure I'm getting underneath my nails and around the nail beds, because that's usually where the soap won't reach on its own. Alright, I want to make sure that I get my wrists, and then I'm going to rinse once I'm sure that I've covered everything. Again, hands are pointed downwards, elbows up, and I'm making sure that I'm rinsing all the soap off. I'll let any excess drip off. Then I'm going to grab a clean paper towel and dry my hands from the fingertips up. If I need more than one, I will grab that. Once my hands are completely dry, I will take a fresh, clean paper towel and then close the faucet. It's super important that the paper towel is dry when we're closing the faucet, or else we just invalidate all the work that we just did cleaning our hands. Next, I'm going to show you how to clean your hands with hand sanitizer. So hand washing is always the best and the standard, but in some cases, for example, you are changing your PPE, you can use hand sanitizers. As long as your hands are not visibly soiled, or you haven't been working with certain patients, for example, patients who have C. diff, then you can use hand sanitizer. The reason why we don't use hand sanitizer with patients with C. diff is because the spores that are with C. diff can't be killed with alcohol. So we have to make sure that we wash our hands whenever we interact with a patient that has such. So you're going to get your hand sanitizer. Make sure that your hands are clean, dry, and not visibly soiled. Take either a pump or two into your palm, and just like we did with the soap, we're going to make sure that we clean all parts of our hands. So rub our palms, rub our fingertips. I'm going to get in and around my fingers, the back of the hand, my thumb, in between my fingers, my wrist, making sure I get my fingernails as well. It's just the same as hand washing, except without the soap. So I'm going to make sure that I do this for at least 15 seconds or until the hand sanitizer is dry. We want to make sure it's completely dry before we proceed with anything else. So now I just kind of want to reiterate the process of hand washing using paint, and I'm going to show you why we want to make sure we're doing the motions that we're doing, because we want to cover the whole aspect of the hand, and this paint is going to act as a soap, so you can actually see what parts I'm covering by my hand, and if I miss anything, then I know maybe I have to work on that portion. So go. This is me rubbing for 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now I'm going to interlace my fingers and make sure I get my palms 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The back of my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get my knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to get my fingertips, making sure I get each aspect of my nails, under my nails as well, working those into my hand. Then I'm going to do my thumbs, so into the opposite hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also my wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, all aspects of my hands are generally covered, but we do have some spots, maybe between my fingers and around my knuckles, that aren't as red as the other parts. And that's an indication for me that when I'm actually washing my hands, that maybe those parts aren't getting as clean as others. I recommend everyone to do this experiment at home, or come into the lab and ask to practice with the glow germ, which uses a black light for you to be able to kind of see the same thing with a glitter lotion instead. Hopefully that reiterates the process and provides a visual example of why hand washing is so important, and that we spend that time doing every aspect of the hand, and it lasts for longer than 5 seconds.